Hey there, steamy people. I had a couple of questions on how I play and tune for the Broken Mirror song. It's kind of surprising to me that anyone would be interested, but here you go, man. First of all, for years now, I always tune any guitar that I play down 2 steps. So normally, that would be your tuning, but I'm tuned down. So that's a D. That's a D instead of an E. So it's standard tuning, just 2 steps down, 2 frets down. And how about a little behind the scenes? This song actually started out as just this little idea. Sometimes I like to do things where I'm just like droning on a string. So anyway, it started like that, and I'm like, well, what would go with that? And I figured out, well, it's in D. So anyway, the first chord is just, basically it's a D, but without the bottom string. Then you're hammering on that 3rd string, 2nd fret. Everything's just kind of feel, you know, I'm using my palm kind of to mute. Not really conscious, it just worked out that way. And I throw in a walk down right there. And the second thing is just some, I don't even know what this chord is, but you know, normally there's different ways to play a G. This is good to know if you're someone who doesn't play a lot of guitar or is learning. There's that G where you can either, right, your normal G, but it's also convenient to be able to play it using these 2 fingers on the top and bottom, and this finger mutes that 2nd string, because then you can do things like hammer on. So that's kind of like a G, hammer on to a C. So anyway, what I'm doing is, instead of the other alternate thing for a G, is to do just like you would do on a normal, except you use your 2 fingers on these bottom 2 strings on the 3rd fret, and it gives it just kind of like a different sound to that G. So in this case, what I did was just, it gives it sort of a little bit of a weird vibe, but instead of playing it with that top string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 2nd fret, you're playing both on the 3rd. So it gives it that weird vibe. Right, so it's kind of like doing a G to a G, kind of like doing a D to a G, but it's just like a different way of doing it. And then when you get to the part, na, 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 all you're doing there is, again, it's just, these are things that you just find by messing around on your own. Everything I know, I just taught myself on the guitar. I don't know music theory. I don't know the names of stuff. But you know how you can play an F either like this, or you can play it. So it's just like I'm playing an F, but all I'm doing is covering those 2 strings and leaving the rest open. So it's kind of like the feeling of an F, but it's, again, it's just like a different vibe. And back to that D. Okay, hope I'm not going on too long here. And then the other parts of the guitar, again, this is just the type of thing that, because I learn by ear and I experiment. So that's that G. I'm just not hitting that. So instead of the weird sounding G, I'm just playing just the top string there and those 2 bottom ones. And your finger sort of naturally mutes that 2nd string from the bottom. And what that enables you to do is to take that G, and then again, it's one of these things, if you just play around on your guitar, if you slide that up, you're like, oh wow, that sounds pretty cool on the 6th fret. Sounds pretty cool on the 8th fret. I guess that's the 10th fret. So you go broken mirror, 8, 6, na na na, 8, 10, 8, 6, back to that G, right? So that's all that is. It's that G type chord that you play by covering the top string and the bottom 2 strings all on the same fret. So 3rd fret, 6th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret. Those are all the chords. So it's the D without the bottom string. During the verse, it's that funky where you're playing the top 2 strings and the bottom 2 strings all on that 3rd fret with the 2 middle strings open. Then just those bottom 2 strings on the 1st fret, and then all the other chords are just that. Anyway, hope that helps. Peace out there. We'll see you soon.